Hi, this is Deborah Colleen Rose, and I'm going to be doing a series of videos on a book that I helped co-write several years ago. It's The Fundamental Laws of the Universe, and the rest of the title is Ignorance of the Law is No Excuse. Be Your Own Sheriff. Sharon Cody, a very good friend of mine who has passed away, and Michael Smith, who was our part of our posse, and I several years ago decided that we saw a lot of conflicts going on in different spiritual groups, and we wanted to find something that might help bring people closer together because we felt like it was going to get worse before it got better. And so this was one of our possible solutions. Now, we're in 2020 right now, and we had no idea it was going to be like this. So while we were intuitive that things might get worse, we didn't expect this. And so we were doing a lot of research about what exactly were the universal laws of the universe. And we found a lot of sources. We thought it would be a pretty simple process to start with, and we were wrong. We found sources that said there were 7 immutable laws of the universe. And then there were several people that had different 7 laws. They didn't agree on what those were. And then there were 12 lists on the list. And then we found some that had 12 on the list with 22 sub-laws. And then Sharon even found a list of laws that had over 50 on them. So we're like, okay, no wonder people are having some problems agreeing on what to do and how to do it. So we sat down and we researched and we looked for the commonalities in the laws, and tried to put something together that was functional, practical, and that people could actually apply to their day-to-day living. So all of us are life coaches at the time and have over 50 years of experience dealing with people and their issues and helping them. Sharon and I were both NLP masters, which we wrote another book on communications using that. And Michael has been in sales all his life. So we brought a lot of different perspectives, but a lot of common overlaps in our experience. So the process for the book was this. Each one of us would write several chapters. We were in charge of taking that law, researching it, and putting it into some readable format. And then someone else would edit it and say, gee, that doesn't make sense, or what did you mean here? And then each of us would actually add comments to the chapter, and they're noted in the books. DS said this, MS said this, DR said this, and that was to give it some different perspectives and give you some different ideas on how to look at it, but mainly to just get people thinking, because nobody is the expert when it comes to this. We wanted to make it simple. We wanted to make it something that you could grasp and say, that's what that means, and this is how we're going to apply it to our lives. So we also included specific questions, we offered suggestions, and then there are even exercises in there just to get you thinking and to get your juices flowing. So we're going to go over each chapter, each law specifically in a different video, and I'm not going to give you any answers. What I hope to do is to provoke your thoughts and to just get everything flowing. So to start with, why don't you stop the video right here and spend about 5 minutes and just write down what you think the laws of the universe are. Have you ever even thought about it? Maybe you're a person that actually teaches classes on this, and this is an easy peasy exercise for you. Maybe you think you know them, and then once you start writing them, like, no, that doesn't really resonate with me. So stop here, take a few minutes, and actually write down the laws of the universe as you know them. Welcome back. I'm assuming that you did stop the video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read to you the 12 laws that we wrote about. The first one is the law of divine oneness. Number 2 is the law of vibration. Number 3 is the law of action. 4 is the law of correspondence. 5 is the law of cause and effect. That's one of my favorite ones. 6, the law of compensation. 7, the law of attraction. We hear about that everywhere, but do people really, really understand what that is? We're going to find out. The law of transmutation of energy. There's always an energy exchange going on. What does that do for you? What does it look like? The law of relativity. No, we're not doing psychics, but yeah, not psychics, physics. Got psychics on the mind today, but there is a science behind this. The law of polarity. Number 11 is the law of rhythm. And then we have the law of gender. So in the title, it says, be your own sheriff. And let me explain what that means. These laws are not in concrete, but they are made to flow and interact and to help you define your life and its purpose. So if you're defining these laws and how they apply to you, you are in control of interpreting the laws and putting them into action. This puts you in charge. Think about it. You are in charge. You decide the laws, how to enforce them or enact them in your own life. You are the sheriff of your world. So by the time we get through with this, I hope that we've provided you with information that's going to be helpful. At least it makes you think, maybe challenges some of the beliefs that you have, expands on them, helps you to decide what's best for you. And for me personally, if you have more questions than answers by the time you finish with all these videos, I will think that I've done my job, because I believe that we never stop learning. And the only way to learn is to ask questions and look for the answers. So tune back in. We're going to start on chapter 1 here.